Ah, yes, the theater. Who do you suppose is most responsible for the success of a production? Some would say it's certainly the actors. No. Others would say, without a doubt, it's the director. Sorry, but no. It is indeed the stage manager, who is the glue, the continuity for the whole cast and crew. And right before a production is about to begin, that stage manager says, "Places," which means everybody get ready, because something wonderful is about to happen. Something amazing is about to occur. And if a production, a play, an opera, a musical is done exceptionally well, sometimes the audience will be moved to yell, "Bravo, bravo." But if that actor, performer, is a woman or a little brown girl, it would be better to say, "Brava." That little brown girl was charismatic, effervescent, highly creative, and just really cute. She wanted to be a poet and an actress when she grew up. And they would ask her, "Well, what makes you think you want to be a poet?" And she said, "There is an orchard in my soul where poems fall from me like fruit, self-contained testimonials to every season I have lived." And they said, "Okay." She was also a girl aware that she had a sacred, holy place inside of her, filled with light and music and love. And no one was allowed to enter there except for her and God. It described who she was. It was an anchor for her soul. It was a sanctuary from all the world's troubles. Strong men broke into her secret, holy place. They blew out her candles. They shut off the music, and they spilled their seed on her sacred ground. "Why did you do that?" she asked them. "Why did you let us in?" they answered. "Let you in? I wasn't even sure that place was there." And as she spoke those words, a burning happened across her chest. Angled lines, a big prominent V for victim. And she wondered in her small brown head, what is to become of me? What is to become of the plays I want to do and the poems I want to write? She looked for the helpers, the healers, to find a way to rid herself of this V. And one of the very sage old helpers said, "I want to tell you a story. It's called Blaze." They nicknamed her Blaze. Her neighbors pulled her from her burning home while she murmured something about meter and verse and rhyme. Well, no sooner than did she come to than she broke free from their arms and ran back inside her burning house. Well, her neighbors hurried in after her, calling her name. But they soon lost sight of her in the dark and smoky hallways. Certain she would perish and they would perish, they had no choice but to run back outside. They wrung their hands and shook their heads over what would possess her to return to that inferno. Moments later, she stumbled out of her doorway, clothes and hair singed. But she smiled as she lay in the ambulance. She smiled as the skin slid off when they wrapped her arms. As they opened each blistered hand, She looked down at the crumpled, unburned poems. "They saved me," she said. "They saved me. How could I do any less for them?" They nicknamed her Blaze. And this little round brown girl heard this story and absorbed this story and wore the story like a garment. And she knew that despite the fact she'd been through a fire of sorts, there was still poetry left in her. And as she took on this realization, she felt the lines moving and becoming curvy. So what she wound up with was this wonderful S on her chest, S for survivor. And she wrote, "I hang my soul's garments outside to dry, in the yard, on the line, in front of God and everyone to see. Nosy neighbors, complete strangers who drive by slowly to gawk. Deeply stained articles of my life, just flapping in the breeze. Irregular edges, sewn on patches, scars, soaking up sun. And unmended tears visible to the naked eye." She wrote, "I put them out there on purpose. I hang them on the line in defiance. I pin them with premeditation, and I let them fly. Why? In case some other splintered spirit will happen by and see my soul's garments looking uncannily like their own, ones they are too ashamed to show. It might release them, embolden them, dare them to free their own soul's apparel from dark, dank places, and to drape them in triumph beside mine." The poems began to grow and flow as the healing came. And it was not enough for her to get an S from her V. She was intent, insistent that other V's become S's. And then there came the time when they called places. She refused to debut as victim. She made them hold Act One while she adjusted her stance. She called for a bedazzler to decorate her scars and made them reprint the playbill and rename my character Survivor. She made her entrance, found her mark, upstaged all doubt that she could carry the part. By the time they called curtain, roses carpeted her stage. She bowed before a rapt audience who had exchanged their pity for applause. Brava.